Okay, I just wanted to get my thoughts out real quick on the Pat Ritter 909s. I guess just first impressions. So I've only skated them for 2 pretty long sessions, but I mean, what else to say that everybody else hasn't said? These things are just fucking awesome. I was pretty nervous about the price tag, but there's such a good level of detail. It just seems like every aspect of the skate they thought about. Everything from, just when you take it out of the box, it just has this, just feels high quality. I don't know how to say it. Like, it literally just feels good. It has like this sort of matte finish, the plastic. It's like, it's not, I don't know, sometimes other skates, you can just see like they're shiny. It's not that they're bad, but they just have like a shininess to a machine that these skates just don't. You can feel like it's sort of a texture on this thing. It's sort of like it's like a very fine sandpaper almost. Not like in an uncomfortable way, it feels good. It has like sort of just a texture to it. It's really nice. I really like the buckle they went with. This thing is super, I usually hate these kind of style of buckles, but these ones are, this one's pretty solid. First of all, the strap actually feels like the fitment is correct, so it doesn't catch when you lock it in there. And I really like this release style. You literally you just lift it up and it'll pop out. It just slides right out. Super easy. The Intuition liner, everybody already knows, but the guy's a new guy who's new to skating. Everybody's totally right about these things. This thing's awesome. I have fat feet, and so I have to be pretty careful about what skates I buy. And these ones, the thems. So I've skated M12s, SL, Razor SL, and the Sways. And compared to all of those skates, this one feels, in terms of like, I guess profile or width, this one feels like slightly thinner than an SL, but wider than, well, definitely wider than the Sways and the M12s. So it's like a perfect sort of middle ground between like the super wide nature of the SL and the super thin fit of the Sways and M12s. And they're actually like right on the verge of being too tight for me, but they are brand new. And like I'm feeling, as I skate them more and more, like when I first put them on, they'll be a little bit achy, but that might just be my flat feet, like getting used to the shape. It's like as you start skating, like you get the adrenaline pumping, like that, the ache mostly goes away. Like you might feel it here and there, but for the most part, it's totally ignorable. And considering like how responsive the skate is. So I got the 12.5, large shell with the 12.5 liner, and it's almost, the liner is actually almost too big for me. But then again, I've been wearing like kind of thin socks lately, so if I just wear like a thicker sock, and I also put the little Intuition footbeds underneath, and it fills out that the tiny little bit of gap remaining inside the boot and the liner, and I put on thick socks, and it's pretty much a perfect fit. And then it like warms up as you're skating. You gotta cinch it down a little bit, but yeah, this thing is awesome. I'd always heard people talking about the thems, and they kind of surprised by the design of the axles. Like there's something about like a coping mode where like one side the axles would not be flush. I don't know, I guess they heard all those complaints and they fixed it, because these on both sides right now, the axles are totally indented into the frame, so I guess they sorted that out. And Yeah, it's like on the pictures. Pictures really don't do this skate justice. Like, it looks pretty plain when you're looking at it on the internet, but like all the little details really pop once you actually have it in your hands. Like, I love the sort of beveling in here. I mean, when you're looking at it on the picture, it just looks like a straight cut down. It's just like the rectangle. It looks kind of boring, but no, it's like it's got this little beveling here, an angled cut, really nice. And on the frame, it has like sort of it has like this little channel here. I don't remember. It reminds me of like on a sword, they have that channel like in the middle. And just nice beveling on the bottom, so that you can really kind of lean over and carve. And I don't know if it's just, I'm usually anti-rocker skater, and so I don't know if it's the nature of just riding flat, or if they put some like really good quality bearings on this thing. I mean, on the site it says they're just ABEC 5s. I don't know if they're like good ABEC 5s or something, but these things fly, man. Like, they fly. I've never skated so fast in my life, and you barely even have to try to do it. I mean, out of the box, these things came, and they just roll so smooth. It's just, if I have to have one complaint, and it's kind of a strange oversight. I don't know what the thinking was behind it. Was these laces? And they're basically just like shoelaces. And literally after just 2 sessions, like, they're already fraying. I mean, of course, everybody cranks these down as tight as we can, right? We don't want them coming loose. So yeah, they're already going. So I'm gonna switch these out pretty quick here. I got an extra set of wax laces, so I'm not too worried about it. But I mean, they're interesting enough, they do hold their tightness pretty well. When I cranked down on them, and when I was trying to take them off later, like, I actually had a hard time kind of undoing it, getting them out of the eyelets, because they are in there tight when you crank them down. So I mean, if nothing else, at least they hold their they got nice friction on those eyelets, and so they don't move. Man, what else is there even to say? Really nice, unique hardware style on the cuff bolts. I like that. The sole plate, I mean, I'm really not much of a grinder yet. I'm still pretty new, but I've been, this is my left boot. I still practice on my right foot, but I've been trying to land my Macchios and soles, and I haven't really been having a hard time, even as like a new guy. So this sole plate seems totally functional, wide enough. It's like wide enough to make you feel comfortable, but not so wide that they're catching on the floor when you're carving. Of course, the styling. I mean, these things are just clean looking. They're awesome. And I love this color combination. Just so classy. Just classy looking. I think these are totally worth the money. And especially now, since it's kind of an older skate, I'm kind of late to the game. You can find them on clearance for, like, I don't know, I think $400, something like that. So they're not even too expensive anymore. I guess I can't comment on how the frames grind, because frankly I just haven't had the balls to actually try doing some H-block grinds on this thing, because I suck, and I know I'm gonna catch the wheel and fucking kill myself. So I'll probably end up swapping the frames to my prime frames, just so that I can practice doing H-block grinds until I get good, and then I'll probably switch this back on there. From everything I heard, it's a perfectly good flat frame once you get it broken in, but I'm not good enough for that, so I'm gonna cheat, put on something with at least a little bit of wheel protection. But yeah, I mean, I just want to get my thoughts out real quick. You know, just initial impressions. These things are great. Even as a new skater, I don't think you can go wrong with these. They're like probably the perfect width They're not going to be too wide for thin-footed people, and they're not going to be too thin for fat-footed people, flat feet. And you can, if you're a thin foot, just get the boot with the thicker liner, and if you're wide foot, just get the boot with the thin liner, and it should work out just fine. Then just like wear thicker or thinner socks to just fill in that little ½ millimeter or whatever you need. Super responsive. These frames feel great. I obviously haven't tried a Manny Rocker, but from anything I've heard, these things just feel solid. They're nice and thick, beefy, thick double C, great power transfer, great hardware. These things roll super smooth. I think they're worth every dollar you pay. They're a premium price, but I mean, I think you could tell, even as a new guy, they are a premium product right out of the box. Pretty much the only upgrade I need is some new laces, and that's all it needs. I'm gonna switch a couple things around just because to cater to my inadequacies as a skater. But you really don't need to do anything to these things out of the box at all, in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. I should get some footage in here at the end. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, have a good one.